Yo, what's good, degenerates? You already know what it is. It's UFC Winnipeg, Gilbert Burns versus Mike Malott. And these are your boys' picks for the main card, so let's go for that. On the opening fight on the main card, we got Dennis Bazooka versus Mauricio Barboza. We're going to go with freaking Dennis Bazooka to get it done by way of KO. Mauricio Barboza's lost every time it's gone out of the second round, and all his wins have come in the way of the first round, where I feel like Dennis Bazooka is durable enough, and he gets the better looks, dude. He's a Cerro Longo guy. He trains with Aljo and Marab on the freaking daily out there in Vegas, dude. So we're going to go with Dennis Bazooka to get it done by way of KO. You feel me, guy? And then in the next fight, we got Thiago Moises versus Gage Young. We're going to go with freaking Thiago Moises to get it done by way of submission. I feel like his grappling is just light years ahead of Gage Young. Even though Gage Young isn't a scrub, but I feel like Thiago Moises is just a grizzled vet, and he's been there, done that. And I feel like this is how Thiago Moises has to win fights on, because his chin is gone. And I feel like he got the better game to be able to get his submission over Gage Young. And then in the next fight, we got Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Karine Silva. We're going to go Jasudavicius to get it done by way of decision. I feel like she's just a more aggressive and more technical and more accurate fighter, and Karine Silva doesn't do good with those kind of fighters. So we're going to go Jasudavicius by way of decision. And then in the next fight, we got Mondel Nola versus Jai Herbert. We're going to go with Nola to get it done by way of decision, a dynamic striker from Bellator. So we'll see if this guy got the goods or not. But Jai Herbert is going to make it very interesting. Another dynamic striker, but he is a little bit shop-worn and back and forth between wins and losses. He hasn't really found a consistent stride in the UFC, and I feel like Nola's riding a hot streak, and I feel like he's going to be able to get it done by way of decision. And then in the co-main event, Kyler Phillips versus Charles Jourdain. Your boy's going to go with Charles Jourdain to get it done by way of decision. Kyler Phillips is a good fighter, but he tends to lean on his grappling more when the striking isn't working for him, and I feel like Charles Jourdain's striking is better than Kyler Phillips. But Kyler Phillips tends to leave his neck a little bit out there in the grappling scrambles, where I feel like Jourdain could hop on a submission and get an early choke. So we're going to go Jourdain by way of submission. And then in the main event, dude, we're going to have to ride with Gilbert Burns versus Mike Malott. Dude, I just can't think of one way that Mike Malott's better than Gilbert Burns, bro. I mean, like, yeah, for sure his chin's probably a lot better, but he hasn't fought the same level of competition. I feel like Gilbert Burns' striking's a lot better, his grappling's a lot better, his wrestling's a lot better. He's just been fighting the higher echelon of freaking 170 pounds, where I feel like Mike Malott, dude, he got slimed out by Neil Magny, and I can never get that image out of my head, even though I know he's probably past it. But like, come on, dude. Durinho fucking handled Neil Magny way past Durinho's prime, dude. And Mike Malott, in the midst of his prime, got slimed out by Neil Magny. If that doesn't make you a little sus, dude, I don't know. But yo, dog, these are my picks. They are an absolute lock. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Do you think your boy's onto something? Do you think I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about? Like, share, and subscribe. And always, I mean always, stay elevated, dog.